Okay, Minorcan Navy, a little trip down memory lane here, back at the Pinova facility in Brunswick, Georgia. This was a chemical plant that was shut down following a massive fire. We've got video from that incident on the channel as well. But you guys remember, we got back from Baltimore, and this was kind of going on in my hometown. And I thought it'd be interesting to kind of show you guys a bit of this process that was ongoing here in the community of Brunswick. This chemical plant had been a part of the landscape for well over 100 years here, and it was shut down, and it was decided to clear the site. And if you'll remember, there's a lot of scrap material that was all over the site. It was everywhere, and we saw some amazing equipment out that was working on the job, collapsing tanks and cutting them up so that they could truck this material out to a recycling area. Just all kinds of activity going on out there with different types of machinery. But the place resembled a big scrapyard. There were just piles and piles of pipe, old tanks, part of buildings that were just everywhere. And they were kind of going through and sorting that stuff out, the stainless steel from the regular steel, from the pipe, doing those kind of things that those guys that are involved in the recycling industry do. But you can still see from these old images, parts of the plant that were still there. Well, we made the trip back out with the drone to take a look, and I got to tell you guys, the transformation there is quite impressive. You guys take a look. This is video from this past week of the site, and the only buildings that I see that are still standing out there, I think these buildings are there because they're being utilized by the operation that's on site working out here to clean up. But look at the transformation. You don't see the big piles of scrap anymore. The buildings that were in there are gone. It is really neat to see the kind of progress that they've made. Now, we understand there's more work to go, and we'll continue to kind of follow this along. But not having been out at the site or flown the site for a while, I was really impressed by what these crews have been able to accomplish. Now, back in this one corner, they still have some of the scrap material here that they're in the process of going through and moving out. But if you guys will remember, the whole site pretty much looked like this. They would have the different piles of material kind of organized as to, I guess, what it was, different types of material, pipe or I-beams or whatever. But you can see now all that's been, it's gone. It's really condensed down to this one small corner of the former Pinova plant. This is it. This is all the scrap we see out there. Yeah, there's looks like some concrete that they're working on out there, part of the demolition. But the scrap metal, that big mountain of material that was out there, has been reduced to this one little small corner. Not sure yet of any plans for this property. I'm sure that their options are kind of limited as to what you can do with this place. It does have a past, and they processed chemicals here which are no longer allowed here under federal law. And so there's probably some contamination there in the surface soil around this whole area. But what they've done out here, as far as cleaning the plant structure up itself, it is impressive to see. Not only impressive, but it's noticeable. Simply driving by now, you can, when you kind of look out across there, you can see, you know, it's an open area. That bit of scrap looks to be just about all they have remaining to process. Wow, what a difference. Now, from what I understand, they're not going to be moving any of the substructure concrete. That's a whole different ball of wax. Considering what this plant was producing, they're not allowed to disturb any of that. I'm not sure of the process. This is the guys that are just doing the takedown of the equipment of the former Pinova site. And what a difference. What a difference. Most everyone who has visited the area was very familiar with the site. Is when you came off the St. Simons Island Causeway, this is what you saw when you came off the causeway onto the mainland. It was this former chemical plant. Used to be known as Hercules, and we've got a series, and we'll put that link up at the end of the video here for the playlist for the videos we did. Even talked with the former employee over here. Had a real nice interview with Preston Kirkendall about the history of this place. But it is moving along. We're going to periodically keep a check on it because I know there are a few folks out there watching the channel kind of vested in this story, and they're waiting to see the outcome of it. Well, here we go. This is another chapter. We see another load, what appears to be stainless steel, headed out on a truck. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And as always, we want to say, hey, you guys be safe out there.